Yeah, I've never been a Mark Wellborn fan. Even though we had him on the show, I think it was just to fuck with him.
Yeah.
No, he's
We're trying to get booked
dude.
at Creek in the Cave. This is episode 50 of the Ghouls.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Special guest here, folks. We have the great and powerful Rob Stant, folks. Bobby.
Boy,
Hell yeah.
folks,
What's up?
here he
How's
is.
it going, fellas?
How's it
What's
doing
new?
good about
What's new?
yourself, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just, just hanging in there. Aren't we all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. I think the last time I saw you, we were bullshitting. You finally got the arms done. The forearms.
Yeah. I've officially given up on on trying to get any real job. So I said, fuck it.
Good. I like it. What
Yeah.
is the? It's like a beehive thing almost.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty stupid. I saw some influencer online. They had like this thing where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo at all these different places I go to, and I was like, well, I don't have anything to put on this arm, so I just did this. Yeah, so
Where'd
it's
you
not,
go?
So far New Zealand.
Oh, very nice.
That's
Oh, yeah, I talked to you about that.
yeah, I got.
And
a
you got
little-
Handsome Squidward right there.
Yeah, so that I got Handsome Squidward at the same place where I got the outline done because my artist, he did the outline, and I was like, hey, do you want to do the first thing? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, what are you thinking? I have no idea what I want. He was like, how about Handsome Squidward? Just right off the bat. I was like, absolutely, because he knows me. He knows like what I'm down to get tattooed and what I would say no to. So he hooked it up.
What would you say no to?
Probably anything like fucking, I don't know. I think like demonic shit just doesn't.
I think you should get like a swastika right on your right bicep.
swastika?
That would look pretty good, dude.
I already have that on my chest. So that's, yeah.
I like that. He knows what I'm comfortable with. So it's a no on the rotting ferret.
Yeah.
You don't want that one?
To
No.
each their own. I think
Yeah.
some people can pull off those kinds of tattoos, but I think if you saw me with like just like the type of shit where it's like fucking like a rotting ferret or like a demon with like its eyeballs popped out, you would just look at me and be like, this guy's a fucking bum.
I have a
You see-
friend who has an Oni tattoo on his shoulder, and he's also like 700 pounds. So it's like, how about you work on the 700 pounds before you get the Oni tattoo on you? Because you're not a warrior. Like you're a bum. Like you're a bum.
It's hard. Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say it's hard to be a fat guy and pull off like tattoos because I've been getting really heavy recently, and I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, I look gross. I need to pick it up.
Like a giant ink blot.
Yeah,
No offense to you. I mean, I look more like a giant ink block than you do because of my skin color.
Well,
but like
I think
you
you're
said
both
it, not
handsome.
me.
thank you. Do you ever get worried? Like, God forbid, you get into a car accident or something. You ever get worried that they can't ID your body and they have to call your mom and be like, "Hey, there's a body here. There's a Handsome Squidward," and like, "Oh,
my
my
God.
Bobby!" You never
Yeah.
get worried about that?
Handsome
Yeah.
squid.
That would suck.
That would be brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not like they wouldn't. At least I have something easy for them to identify me with. I feel like not too many people have Handsome Squidward tattoos.
Yeah.
At least in like Delco.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's like if it was like he has Go Birds, it'd be like that could be anybody.
Yeah. In
you know?
Delco, they have all the plankton relatives, the hillbilly plankton relatives. They have
Yeah.
tattoos.
Doesn't shout and go birds, man.
Well, I'm very impulsive about my tattoo. Like I don't know what I'm getting usually until the day before. Like I have an appointment on Wednesday, and I'm gonna put something here, and I don't know what I
Oh, my
want.
God,
Sick
the
Ghouls
Sick
logo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would get you or two more than you.
Yeah, two more. Oh yeah, get an open mic sign up sheet.
Yeah. This is
Tom Levy first. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually Cross Keys Brewing Company from October 2021 right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny though. I think I see every once in a while on my Facebook memories, I'll see like a Instagram story from like 3 years ago of like a sign up sheet, and it's like that person quit, don't know what happened to them, that person quit. People who quit, it's never the ones you want.
Oh my God, I
Nick
feel that way.
Grinops, yeah, I remember him. He quit.
Oh, I
love
miss
Nick.
Grinops.
Yeah, I miss
Grinops is a good guy.
Yeah,
I,
great.
Aaron Bruce.
It's Bruce. I remember Bruce. He was a Joel's guy, the outdoor, right? Yeah. A lot of these guys, it's like it's crazy because when you remember somebody coming, and it's like, oh, they're a new guy. I was talking. I think I said this to James Moss, about how like I remember when they came. It's like, oh, there are guys from Alabama here now. But now when you see them, it's like, man, we're old heads, and no one else here would remember the people that were around when I met you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's always it's also fun seeing like new people like brand new comics, like it's like their first week or like first like month, and they have so much hope in their eyes, and you're like, oh boy, do you have a wild ride ahead of you. Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny to see people who don't know the way that, like, I agree with you. I was laughing last night. I was at Fergie's, and Jake and I were laughing. Obviously, it's in the lore of the scene. You can't, like, you got to watch what you say there because the staff is very strict about
brute.
They don't.
yeah.
They don't like certain things being said.
There was some guy up there, and he's like, "All right, you fucking gay Frenchman." And Jake and I looked at each other like, "Ooh." Somebody's going through a table.
No disrespect to Fergie's, but I don't think I've ever had a good set in that room. Every time I've gone back there, I've never had a good set.
I think I've had 4 or 5 sets there twice in a row. I go there probably like once every 7, once every
You
6
never go,
months.
yeah.
I never go.
Twice a year is good. That's
But twice in a row, I've been there and somebody's gotten kicked out by them.
Yeah.
And it was like it ruined my set.
The band got thrown out last night. There was an Irish band playing downstairs. They came up, and within within 2 or 3 comics, they got thrown out.
Well, I also just have bad memories of that place when I first started stand-up. I would go there, this was 5 years ago, and I would go there and I'd get there at sign-up time, be the first one to sign up, and then I wouldn't go up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And at that point, it'd be like, okay, you can do a minute. And it's like, dude, I'm the last person. Like, really, it's really gonna be that big of a problem if I hold you guys for an extra 3 minutes. And I was literally doing stand-up. I'd be doing it in front of the host, the person running the equipment, and then the bartender breaking down, literally washing, cleaning dishes and shit. And I'd be like, I just have bad memories.
That's the worst thing too, because if it's I hate when the list gets mixed up. I like it when it goes in order, unless I'm signed up late. I want somebody to get bumped by me, of course, because I'm a narcissist. But
that's fair.
If they do it out of order, at least let the person who got there on time and signed up first. They should at least go first.
Yeah,
that's. I hate when it's the worst when I hate when they mix up.
Yeah,
the
first 3 or 4 on the list, I would say, should be
set in stone. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I understand the list not going in order though, because it is kind of a necessary evil certain times. Because if there's 6 brand new comics who've just been doing this shit for literally a week, and they all sign up, they're gonna walk anybody who's in the room if they go up back to back to back.
Right.
But I think it works out really well at Bar 13 because I think it's just everybody knows what they're in for. It's a lot of regulars. They know what they're going to see, and they're excited to see the people who they go there to see every week. Because I think, from what I can tell, I think Bar 13 is just a good hang. It's honestly one of my favorite mics.
That's why,
a lot of people in the city, I think, are kind of scared by it because they hear it's a Satanist bar, which I guess it is.
Yeah. Well, they got Ouija boards, and it is kind of weird vibes.
But everybody who goes there, you'll have people who think, I can't go there. But then it's Medina goes there and has a great time.
Yeah.
Applelight goes there and has a great people from all walks of life. That's the only place that doesn't try to be diverse, but is diverse.
It's one of the most, I do think it's one of the most, welcoming bars. Just
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's maybe I'm biased because I have good memories there. It's the opposite of Fergie's.
Yeah.
But
also, you can park there for free. That's also a blessing.
Exactly. People ask me anytime somebody comes to Philly, what are the best mics in Philly? I'm like, go to Bar 13 in Delaware. That's the best mic in Philly is Bar 13 in Delaware.
Yeah. I always bullshit or complain rather to people High Notes Wednesday and 13's Wednesday, and it's man, if one of them was on a Tuesday or something, back to back. I went and did both of them last week. It's just those are the mics where it's you like the hang, so you're not trying to just run in and out. And there'll be 10 people there you like watching.
Yeah.
And
I did Irish Goodbye last time I was at Bar 13 because I bombed pretty hard, and I was like, I'm gonna go home.
I start doing that now. I do that. I mean,
Luke Irish Goodbyes, it pisses me off.
Yeah, I do it now because especially if I'm at a mic, I don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
When I go to Soul Joel's, the rare times I go there, and I'm not with any friends, and I'm getting bumped by Pottstown comics.
Yeah, those might. Yeah, that sign up sheet. That sign up sheet's a lot different than what it used to look like.
Oh
it used to be everybody in the scene was on that. Now it's Dale and fucking.
Does he book those random people, the new people, or is it?
I don't even know. I know Rashid and Raph get open a lot.
I love Raph.
Love Raph.
Oh
Great
my
guy.
God, Raph is one of the funniest people.
He's a good guy. And it's cool too because he used to do our Fat Lee open mic for a while, and I got to see him kind of get better and better at it.
He's great.
He's got charisma, and he's got a willingness to try something out there. That's
It was funny last year. I think did we meet him last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, I believe.
Because we met him and then we went the funniest. And there's the guy in the box who does the announcements. He sounds just like Raph.
Oh, okay.
Does he?
Welcome to the Helium Comedy Club. Make sure you get your sounded just like Raph. When he did his set afterwards, it's that the guy in the box that's doing stand up.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Raph line that we used to quote all the time? The one day I said to Raph, I think I was pretty drunk, I said, Raph, my God, you're a star. And immediately he comes back and goes, and you're a galaxy. he has stuff that it's
He's
like
just so
God,
ready. He's
that
locked and
guy's
loaded.
mind just works. Like I'd love to just you say something to him just to see what he can say back.
I
'cause
guess
he's so good at it.
you doing your liners to people like when you're meeting them is a great litmus test of how good of
to
a
see
friend
if they're
gonna
cool.
be.
Yeah.
Because there's a very select breed that will be like enjoy the fact that you go, hey, I'm trans. And it's
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah, accepting people are hard to find. So if they're
that's a
accepting
good
them,
point. That's a good
That's a
point.
good test. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I think
that
every
fruit fly's been flying at your head.
I think it's remembering the geography of Africa with my head, I guess.
You should get that as a hair. I didn't mean to cut you off as a hair design.
Flies?
No, Africa.
Oh, Africa. I should get that tattoo in the back of my head.
That's it, right
That's
in this
it's
one. That's
going
gonna
right
be
there,
Africa.
yeah.
What were you saying, Rob?
Oh, I don't know where I was going with that. We were talking about Raph. But
Yeah,
going
Raph.
back to the tattoos thing, I did almost want to get like an Eagles. I know you're not an Eagles fan, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I know. I almost wanted to get like an Eagles logo here, just because like my dad was big into it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll get something for him.
Mm.
But then I was like, no, that is the most Delco bullshit ever. Like,
So
I
my
can't.
roommate in college was saying, like, we're talking about getting tattoos, just bullshitting in college. He goes, I kind of want to get just like an Eagles, like I want to get like the Eagles, Flyers, Phillies, Sixers, combined
Oh,
logo
yeah,
they
he
all
has
have.
it as a license plate.
And I was like, you can't get that because he's Indian. I'm like, you can't get that tattoo.
Yeah.
That's like the most white trash thing.
Yeah.
And you can't if you're Indian, you can't get
Hindus
that.
get tattoos?
He's not Hindu.
He's just Indian.
He's Christian. Yeah, he's just Indian. And it's like it's weird to be like, yo, dude, go Birds, dude. Like having that tattoo is like so weird as it for like an Indian guy.
Yeah.
It'd be like white trash Delco, which is like really funny.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I don't know, tattoos they see like it seems like the ones you don't know what makes a bad one until you've seen the bad one and you're like, "Oh, that's a bad." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like didn't you did a bit about didn't your dad want you to put them up?
He did, yeah. I was doing I used to do a bit about it, but it only works sometimes. And it just has I don't keep it in the rotation too often, but like I used to do a bit about my dad, and this is true. He wanted me to save his tattoos. He was like when I die, I want you to get my tattoos he saw some weird thing on like the Discovery Channel of like this like biker who like died and they got all of his like tattoos removed from his body. There's like a way you can actually do it, but it's crazy. You have to like get the skin removed and then you have to get it like treated so it doesn't obviously rot or whatever.
So the skin's
So
still
it's literally you get the person's skin removed and then you get it treated and then you can put it in like a frame and like frame it and shit. And I think my old tattoo shop that I used to go to, or no, the one I go to now, they used to have somebody's tattoo like that on the wall.
Ooh.
And I think they got rid of it because it started to rot. I think it. I think
that's horrible.
yeah, I think it can only last for so long.
Yeah.
But it was like an old. You could tell it was like an old like biker's tattoo. Like it was just a blob. It was either
Yeah.
an eagle or a bike. You couldn't tell which one it
jeez.
was. But my dad, and then I used to do a bit about it. I'd be like, the whole thing was like, oh yeah, could you imagine having company over? Like, hey guys, take your shoes off, come on in. Like, yeah. So here's, I'll give you the tour. There's this, TV. Got a nice sound bar. Got that from Best Buy. We got the kitchen over here. That's my dad's skin on the wall. Like it's, and it's just and the whole bit too is like I can't I'm not the guy who has a look that can put their skin on the wall.
If you put somebody's skin on the wall, it's not. They didn't want that to happen.
Right.
They didn't even want to die.
Like, are you sure that's your dad's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll bring that back. Thank you for reminding me about
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
bit.
Rob, you I think taxidermy might be out for you too.
Yeah.
That's
Really, anything. It's ashes, urns.
That's like me. Anything with an alarm clock and dynamite in the same room. I can't be around anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw I was at the airport the other day and this guy was praying in the airport, but it was like he had the whole shebang. He rolled out
Oh,
a
yeah.
carpet and was like praying on the carpet like at the gate, and I was looking around to see if anybody else was pretending to not be scared, and I was like okay, yeah, no, this is normal.
There's anybody else looking around seeing it?
I was a couple people. I was like,
Ramadan, if it's time, because it's been Ramadan now. It's wild.
Did I ever tell the story the time I saw a dead body at the gym?
no,
I've heard. I like this.
Luke, that was me. I was tired.
This is during COVID, and I was just like I finished my workout and something told me to hang around for some reason. I don't know why I was hanging around. I never did. As soon as I'm done at the gym, I just leave.
Coffin
But I was
chaser.
finished my workout. I was like, let me just hang around. And I see this guy laying on the floor. I was like, oh, this guy just did sit-ups. And he's like really going hard. Good for him.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like he's like so he's purple. Like, good for him for working out so hard.
Oh my God.
And then it was like,
he was just
wait,
straight up dead.
I was looking. I'm like, he's not breathing. He's breathing, but like his face is like beet purple.
Okay.
And me and like 4 other guys are like just standing around like, yeah, should we get someone for this guy? And then then we say, hey, is this guy okay? And to one of the trainers, goes, oh shit! And he starts screaming, call 911. So
wow.
They call 911, and I'm like, I'm like, I'm not gonna get involved.
Right.
But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold the door for this guy. It's an older fat guy. I got a fat guy in his 60s with white hair. So I'll hold the door. That'll be my deed for the day.
Of course.
So I hold the door with 4 other guys. The guy that gets out of the ambulance comes, the EMTs come out. The EMTs are in worse shape than the guy laying on the floor.
Oh no!
And they walk. They like not even walk. They're like walking like 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And the guys are coming. The guy comes out of the ambulance. He goes, oh, so hey, how's it going, guys? This one black guy goes, this motherfucker's dying in there. And the guy goes, yeah, we'll get to it.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh my God.
And he made it, right? So he died.
So they walked over. I go, all right, good. The EMTs are there. He's fine. He's probably back up, I look back. His shirt's ripped off, and they had the paddles, and his stomach's jiggling from the paddles.
Oh, my God.
And I just left. I'm like, he probably died.
Yeah, that's
Did he
rough.
die?
Yeah, I was. There's no way. The way that guy looked,
And he never came back.
I never seen him again.
He's dead.
And that gym closed. So.
And now Luke does curls in front of the guy's skin. Oh no!
Yeah. You save his skin.
I
Come
did,
on.
yeah.
Oh, you can see his
His
purple
purple
skin.
face skin. Still up.
And then it rots. It turns green. Or something.
Yeah.
You see maggots in the guy's.
That was the first dead body I ever saw.
Really?
The only dead body I ever
I've-
saw.
What about funerals?
Those don't count. They're on
That-
display.
They're on display. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I think of a dead body where you're supposed to see one. Like I don't know. When I used to work security at the hospital that my wife is actually a nurse at now. I saw a bunch of dead bodies just because I had to go to the morgue. I had to sign people in and out because they bring bodies in and out of the morgue. I had to go there. People would just come in, cardiac arrest. And I would, and we were allowed to be nosy because we were security. It was our job to make sure everything. So it was. We had full clearance to every part, so I would just literally stand there at the door and just watch these guys working on this dude.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, "Call it," and then she's just fucking dead.
Oh yeah.
And then the worst is when the family comes in because they'd get a phone call and be like, "Hey, so and so had a heart attack. He's headed to the hospital," and be like, "Oh no!" And they get there and they just think because some people have a heart attack and they're fine. There was a couple times the family came up and was like, "Where is he? Is he okay? Can we talk to him?" And then the guy, some of the nurses got to break the news. They're like,
So you were there for the news breaking.
Oh yeah, it was really bad.
Oh, that sucks.
So, and I had the keys. They have a whole room, a morning room, where because it's a bad look to have families just sobbing in the ER.
Yeah.
So they bring him to a whole room that has water and crackers and so you bring him in there, and I had the keys, so I always had to unlock it and just sobbing behind me the entire time. And then I would be like, you guys need anything, water or whatever, and I try to help them out. And then they bring the body in so they could just kind of say goodbye.
Yeah,
it was brutal. That job fucking was not worth $13 an hour.
Yeah, I used to work in. I worked at a nursing.
Terrible, pathetic thing.
Yeah, it is. I worked at a nursing home for $14 an hour. I remember I saw more than one dead body then.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was walking. I remember I would every Saturday I worked 7 to 3 at 9 a.m. You bring up donuts to the cart. I had a cart with donuts and coffee on it, bring it up there, and I brought it up one day, and I see this guy. I go, and it's he's tearing up and he has sniffles. I'm like, oh, he has really bad allergies. And I walk up, how's it going, man? He goes, I'm all right, man. I'm like, oh, how about you? He was like, I'm all right, man. How about you? I'm like, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I realized his mom just fucking died.
Yeah.
I'm being all cheesy, cheesy with him and stuff. Oh my God.
How you doing?
Yeah, I learned when I was working security that it's because it's just kind of a default question, hey man, how's it going? And some people be like, how's it going? And I'm like, oh right, somebody just died.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to just be like, hey, I stopped doing that. Let me know if you need anything. That was more
you kind of learn to put up with some stuff. You kind of lose your morality working in those jobs though, because when I was at the nursing home, I was delivering, I would give trays upstairs too and give out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I heard the alarms going off in this one room I was giving a sandwich at. So I go in, I see a woman who's on the ground face down with her ass is out, she fell or something like that. She goes, please get someone for me. And I was like, all right, I'll get it.
Yeah.
You saw her ass?
Yeah. And
How
I
big
went
was
over
she?
and I told, what's that?
How big was she?
Did you look at her and go, damn?
No, I didn't.
I'll get someone to help you, baby. You know what I be saying.
I got 8 inches of help coming.
3 inches.
Limp.
That's a little 7 inches too big there. But I told the one of the nurses, I go, Lillian's on the floor, and they go like, whatever. And I was like, all right, and I just left. Like, people don't give at work. They don't give a fuck.
No. Well, I got a story in this vein too. When I was a teenager, I worked at a supermarket for $7.50 an hour.
Ooh.
We would go find people who would go in the bathrooms and overdose. There'd be single person bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
And they'd have to check them every 30 minutes for to make sure they weren't like 15-year-old girls. If the thing was locked for more than 10 minutes, they'd just say, "Here's the key, go open it." And they'd find people overdose with the needles sticking out of their arms and it wasn't even a thing. Like it was a thing that was like, I don't know where these goddamn fruit flies are coming from. They've been plaguing this place.
I brought them
for the last maybe almost a week
3
now.
3 days probably. Oh yeah, it's a week. Yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, they'd find these junkies all fucking dead.
Well, they do that so at hospitals specifically. You know those things? You ever go to a single-use bathroom and they have those things on the wall that says "pull in case of emergency"? It's supposed to be if an elderly person can't get off the toilet, pull it.
Yeah.
So what junkies will do is they'll take that cord and they'll wrap it around their arm, and they'll shoot up, and then that way if they do OD, they fall down and the thing gets yanked, and then somebody comes and helps them.
God damn.
So it's it's crazy.
I will say they didn't have that at those places. So at this place.
But when I did work security, it was definitely the least boring job I ever had, which I learned to appreciate. I was working at Best Buy at the time, and I was like, this fucking sucks. This job's so boring. I hate it. And I started working security, and then I went back to Best Buy, and I was like, this fucking rules. I don't have to fight anybody.
Luke, remember your stint as a security worker?
I worked at a security guard at a methadone clinic.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my God.
One day. And
One day?
One day.
Oh, dude, you're better than me, man. Because
it was 4 hours. 4 hours. Not one day.
You
4
only
hours.
made one day? I thought you did a couple.
That was one day.
Well, because I wanted to quit my first day, but I had for whatever reason I had some pride because my dad was still alive, and he had this thing where it's like, oh, you start working a job, they give you a chance, you don't quit, you have to get I was like, all right, fine. So I literally dealt with just gunshot victims and people dying and junkies, but I wanted to quit the first day.
Yeah,
my first day I worked, they told me about this lady they were telling me she's not. I thought it was like a Rite Aid pharmacy. Mm-hmm. They said pharmacy. It was a methadone clinic.
Right.
And I was like, so they're telling me people here are nice. They're trying to get help. So you'll be fine. So my first day, they showed me a picture of this lady with 8 backpacks, and she's a fucking druggie. Mm-hmm. They could just on the lookout for her. She's not dangerous, but she's unpredictable. And I go, what did she do that makes her unpredictable? She goes, she pulled a knife on us one time, and I go,
that's dangerous.
That's dangerous. Yeah. That's pretty dangerous. And then they told me to watch for this one guy. This one guy, he had dreads, but he shaved half his head, so he was a half dread.
A half dreader.
Dreader. He had a Montgomery County Community College camo hat on with a Trump shirt.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. And then he had a giant rain walking stick or something like that. It was weird.
Wow.
Camo shorts.
Next guest.
Yeah. So I was like, they told me to follow him, so I'm following him around, and he's like, he says something under his breath to me. I go, "What'd you say?" And he goes, "I'm just gonna ask him why you're following me." And I'm like, "I'm not following you. I'm totally following him.
I'm
not
course.
following you." He goes, "Fuck off."
Mm-hmm.
And I just quit. I just left. He was right. I just left.
All right, you're right. I should fuck off.
I'm done.
Good point. Good point.
And what'd you say that guy's name was? Campbell Gibson.
Campbell Gibson. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
They all the. I don't know where. I haven't seen this around here at any Wawas or anything, but in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, the Turkey Hills, a lot of them have blue light in the bathroom, so people can't shoot up. Yeah. They can't find the veins.
Oh, that's what. Oh, wow. Right. That's what that's for. Dude, that makes sense.
They have a blue lighting, a light blue light, so you can't find your veins in your arm.
Yeah, there's a couple bars I went to in New York that had that shit, where it's it hurts my fucking eyes. I hate it.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, this sucks.
I just want to shoot up.
Heroin must be awesome.
Oh, dude, it's got to,
I just fuck.
For you to be like, I got it. It's got to be
I
here
got
somewhere.
it.
Well, heroin has to be awesome because people won't stop doing it once they do it, and they don't give a fuck about their family or money or anything.
Yeah,
it's got to rule.
Take apart radios and shit.
And think of the core strength you gain from doing the lean.
Oh
think
my
about
God.
how your abs must be. The junkie lean.
Oh yeah. The nodding out.
I almost fell over. Watch this.
That's more like trank though, isn't it? That's not necessarily heroin. Heroin, you're on the ground. That's more like
trank.
Trank.
Let me get some trank, bro.
I would do heroin before I did crack or
Crack?
Meth,
What's
yeah.
wrong with you don't like being up? You want to be down?
Oh yeah, heroin's got a rule. If you
Heroin's
just do it
awesome.
once- if you could do it once and get away with it.
Oh yeah.
Well, my sister did heroin a bunch. And,
My brother did heroin.
Yeah. It seems to be a trend in Delaware County. Somebody has a sibling who has done heroin.
Or somebody has a sibling who has a sibling that's done
My
heroin.
brother told me one time, he goes, "Yeah, I tried it once. I'll never do it again." And I'm like, "Really?" I was like, "I still can't believe you shot that up." He goes, "I didn't shoot it up. I snorted it." I'm like, "Oh, well, you're okay.
Well, you're a pussy.
You're an aristocrat now,
Yeah.
okay? You're not some disgusting person who shoots it up. You snort."
Well, I think shooting it up that's like how you get really fucking addicted to it.
Yeah, that's the hardest. That's the hardest one to quit.
Straight in your bloodstream. But yeah, no, my sister did it a bunch. She's on meth now, so she's getting better. But
she's it's the gateway. She's working her way up.
Well, she's a drug addict, and they prescribed her Adderall, which is fucking retarded.
Yeah,
and
that shows our medical system and how they care about us.
Yeah, she was like, I have trouble focusing. Like she was doing. She really, I don't know why they ever gave her Adderall, but and then her prescription ran out, and then what do you know? There's methamphetamine because
that's all it is.
It's the same fucking thing. It's just dirtier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's just dirtier and it's cut with more bullshit.
And there's it's this absolutely. And there's no one making money. Well, there are, but like. It's okay to give it from a doctor because there are companies making money and the government doesn't care because they're taxing it. So
Right.
As long as you're making tax money off of the drugs, it's all right.
Yeah.
See, this is why I prefer. We should just focus on killing each other with gunfire instead of drugs.
My brother just sticks to opiates.
Yeah, I mean, listen, opiates are
tried
and true.
Yeah. Shit goes missing, but other than that,
yeah.
My sister,
TV?
my sister for Christmas Eve, I can't even make this shit up. She was like, she gave my cousin, because she's staying with my uncle, and she gave my cousin like gifts for Christmas, shit that like was in the house she grew up in, like stuff that was hers for Christmas, like gave it to her, like. She gave her like she was like, here you go, and it was literally like an Christmas ornament that was like in the attic, and she was like, I hung this on the tree when I was a kid. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
My brother gets free gifts from his job, and he regifts them. So he got they gave him these gifts, these retarded gifts that he gives out to me. He gave me a $5 Subway gift card for Christmas. He gave my grandmom a sun hat. She can't even walk. She can't even drive. She's not going to be in the she's never in the sun. He gave my dad a Bluetooth speaker. He gave my stepmom a European flag scarf, and it's like, just don't give us gifts.
This guy's fucking.
What's a European flag?
Sorry, the London Jack flag.
Oh, the Union Jack
flag.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I wasn't being a
no, you're good.
pussy.
You're good.
I was just unsure.
But it was like, Jake, just don't give me a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister got me for Christmas a rolling tray, and I don't even smoke weed. Barely. I would like once occasionally, but like I'm not a big enough weed smoker that I need a fucking tray because I'm rolling so much.
He gave me that Subway gift card for $5, and I was like, I use it to clean the ice off my windshield.
You still have that?
What's that?
You still have that gift card, brother?
I have no idea where it's at now.
Yeah, I like Subway.
You like Subway?
A lot.
Subway's gross, man.
Subway's was all over where I grew up.
I heard a rumor about Subway. I heard that all of their meat is turkey. They just flavor it to.
I can see that, dude.
Yeah,
I
like their
really
chicken is turkey, but they like use shit to like flavor it. And then I've heard Taco Bell, they cut their meat with oatmeal. So, like, a lot of it is, like, you're eating whatever fucking bullshit, and it's, like, sure, some of that's meat, but the other of it's oatmeal because it's, like, it just fills it more. And it's
I don't mind that, though. I love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is good.
Taco Bell slaps, yeah. I'm a big I go to that Taco Bell, like, once or twice a week over here. It's terribly run, but that's why I like it.
They have that one mentally challenged obese girl that works there.
She just is the worst.
My name is Rob, thank you.
She ruins my day when I see her.
She's actually going to be on the next all-woman comedy showcase at your favorite comedy club.
It's hard for me to ever go to Taco Bell and then not fuck up my order. Most fast food places, besides Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A always has it locked down.
Yeah, they do.
You guys ever go to Royal Farms?
Yeah, there's the only one in town right up here.
They consistently, they are like, they hold the record for constantly fucking my shit up.
I never seen a more worse run franchise than Royal Farms.
It is horrible. I don't know
if
if there's no job interview process and they're just like, "You want to work here? Thank God, please."
I was walking. I steal there every day. I was getting a coffee there, and I saw a job interview. I'm like, "What? Do you need an interview for Royal Farms?"
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think the job interview is the application.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on the
exactly.
spot.
And
has
it's
to
like
be.
okay, you want to work here? Thanks.
That security job I was talking about, I got hired the same day I got interviewed.
Yeah.
That's how you know it was bad.
That's how you know it's bad. But like every time I go to Royal Farms, whoever's fucking, I order the food, and the guy behind the thing has his AirPods in, and he's just fucking just winging it. Like I don't even think he looked at the screen. I'm like, oh my God.
Why would I get so mad at when I go there at midnight and there's like one guy working the register and the fryer and somebody orders something. I'm like, are you an idiot for even ordering something?
Yeah.
You're not going to get it made in time.
Oh God, yeah. Well, this Royal Farms, you're able to buy beer in there till. I guess a lot of the gas stations are like that. You can buy till 2.
Yeah.
So there've been a couple times where it's been like 12:45 and I've been running low, and I said, "Yeah, I guess I'll head over get a couple more beers." And I've been in there loaded, and they've been taking for fucking ever to get the shit together. And the one day I remember just saying to a woman like, "Hey, the fuck are we doing here? Let's get this moving." But it's like that's why you can't go out when you're low. But
I saw
that place. It's the convenience makes you a slave to it, but otherwise it's some more than others are slaves. But
I saw an older lady in there one time working there, and she was complaining because she was saying all these teenagers do is all they do is call out and always calling sick. I haven't called out once in 2 years, and I never get anything. It's like, you dumb
Congratulations.
bitch. You dumb bitch, call out. It's Royal fucking Farms.
Yeah.
No one cares.
They're not gonna pat you on the back.
No.
Like,
they wouldn't care if you died.
yeah, it's like that. It's like that when I worked at Best Buy. Like there were certain people like who went above and beyond and shit. And like I figured out with Best Buy because I was on the merch team. If you just walk around with a clipboard and you look stressed, everybody thinks you're working hard.
Yeah.
So anytime I'd see my boss, I would just be like, "Oh fuck, man," and he'd be like, "Robert, keep at it, Robert. You're doing great." And I'd be like, "Thanks, man." And I would just go fuck off and like. But there were people who like legitimately like were like sweating, like climbing, getting TVs down. I'm like, "Hey, brother, me and you are making the same amount."
Yeah.
And they don't like give a fuck that you're like, like it's crazy.
That'll just make them work harder. Some people get a sense of superiority from that.
Oh yeah.
From being a tryhard. People doing that, especially at a job for a big company like that, where they don't give a goddamn what happens to you. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
if you drop dead, they'd be like, "Okay, we need a new merch assistant."
Oh my God,
they don't give a fuck about you, or your
Dude,
family, or like
they care about being liable for you dying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and
the last job I had, they laid off 400 people, and a lot of those people worked a lot fucking harder than I did.
Yeah.
But I was lumped right in there with them.
Jesus Christ.
I remember I worked at Home Depot that had people like that, and it's like, this job sucks. Like this, why would you even care about your goals at Home Depot?
Corporations, unless it's like a startup company and you and somebody who you really invested your time with and help, like whoever you're working with, they don't give a fuck about you.
No.
Yeah, I wasn't even getting like some places I get no benefits.
Yeah,
and people would act like that. Maybe if you have stock options in a company, maybe you want to be like,
Yeah, they never give that out, though.
They don't give that out anymore.
Well, Wawa does it. Wawa does stock, and it's not public right now, I don't think. So,
really? Wawa.
Yeah. So if you work at Wawa, I think even just like entry-level positions, you get a certain portion of every paycheck, you get like a percentage of stock.
That's not bad.
And like I think my buddy, when I think he got fired, but he got to keep his stock, and he was working there for like close to like 10 years or something, and he had like close to like $100,000 in stock, something like that.
Wow.
And if they go public, the thing is, eventually, I'm sure they will. The stock is only going to go up. So that's the idea. A lot of these employees are hanging on to their stock to eventually sell it when it does go public, because you can sell it whenever.
Right.
But it was like that with UPS. Like UPS didn't used to be public. And then it went public, and there were like truck drivers who like retired as millionaires.
I could never,
crazy.
ever work at. I worked at UPS. It was horrible. That was horrible.
I don't want to drive that fucking truck around.
I was a driver helper. I fell out of the seat.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was. Really
I did Prime during COVID. This was like right when we were meeting during COVID. I did Prime for a few weeks, and it's like they expect you to do.
You were pissing in bottles. You told me, right?
Yeah, literally, that's what you do. And I remember seeing on Twitter once. Like one of the Amazon PR things tweeted out, "This is false. This is rumor. People aren't doing this." But it's like I remember stopping at a Sheetz, and I didn't even make it to the urinal, and they were calling me to ask why I was off my route.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm pissing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Then I quit right after that. Fucking terrible place, and I'd never. Oh God, I wished death on these people.
I remember at UPS they were calling me, and they're saying, "Hey, Luke, we just have a new shift opened up, so we have you working on tomorrow." This is why after I fell out of the seat, and I'm like, I'm not doing this ever again.
Right.
And they said, we have you. I was working 7 to 7, so we have you working your driver helper shift 7 to 7. But we also have we're going to put you on for truck loader 3 to 7. It's like, I'm okay. I don't want to. I don't want to work
12 to a 16 hour.
I don't want to work a 16-hour shift at UPS. I'm sick. I'm 17. I'm like 19. I don't want to do this at all. I want to play Fortnite.
They didn't give you a chance. They just said we're putting you on the 3 to 7.
Yeah.
Good luck, who would stay in there?
Yeah.
Who would stay at any job where they just tell you early on, yeah, you're working 4 more hours?
I guess when you're in like we say it a lot. And when you're in Wilkes-Barre, you work at the Chewy factory. Like, what else other options do you have?
Yeah, there are no options. The Chewy factory. They always brag about this. The like Wilkes-Barre Scranton area. They say we got these great jobs coming to the area, and it's like, do you want to work 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. Monday or Thursday through Sunday? You have off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You work overnight.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's ridiculous.
You have no social life.
None.
If you work 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when the fuck can you live a life?
Yeah, that's true.
People need to have a night or two to go. Like, people need to be able to go out. We go out all the time because of comedy and stuff.
Of course.
But, like, you have to go out and do things or you lose your shit.
Yeah, those types of shifts fucking suck.
Yeah, I'd rather work like 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. than like 11 to 7. Or like those shifts were horrible.
I was doing you did DoorDash for a while, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Still
Yeah.
occasionally if you need extra money. Like, if I'm, you know what I mean? If you
Yeah. Yeah, I did that for a while. That fucking sucked. Like,
Sucks big time,
yeah,
man.
they hooked me the first like day though, because I got they gave me a big catering order.
Oh.
That was like a fucking like $80 like pickup, and it was like a 20-minute drive. I was like, oh, this is easy money. Why don't more people do this? And then like I think I posted on the subreddit. I was like, is this normal? And everybody was like, don't get used to it. It's your first week. They're trying to get you. And I was like, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. And then sure enough, by week 3, I was getting like $2 no tip McDonald's orders.
Yep.
And they punish you for not taking the shitty orders. And I'm like, well, fuck you. And I started driving for Lyft, and that's way fucking better.
Is
if
it?
you need extra money. Oh yeah. I did St. Patty's Saturday. I made like $380. It was awesome.
Nice.
I did DoorDash when I was in college at Widener, and Widener's in Chester.
Yeah.
Not big tippers in Chester, Pennsylvania. I did like I would get like 8. I would go to this Crown Fried Chicken and get like 8 different chicken boxes with ice cream and cakes and sodas. It'd be like a $70 order.
Yeah.
$3 tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Always.
crazy.
It's crazy the stuff that if you want to do comedy and the stuff, the other stuff you got to do. Like, I would feel almost bad if I told a young person, yeah, like, you could try to do this for a living and do it. Like, you're better off just accept. You know what I mean? Like, you can do. I feel that sounds so negative, but it's like all the crazy jobs you end up doing. It's like I would say focus on. But when you're young, you don't know.
You have to really like it. That's you can't like. I
it
feel
breaks your spirit.
Oh yeah, you can't start comedy like with just the end goal and be like and hate every second and be like, well, eventually it'll get better. You have to like it from the beginning. And if you don't, even when it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I remember waiting till 2 a.m. and I just remember it sucked, but I was like, I was like, oh, it's okay. Like this is how it's gonna be for a while. But oh, could I steal one of those from you? Yeah. Thanks, man.
Are they 6s or 3s, Luke?
6s.
Oh, there you go.
Hell yeah, thanks, brother.
I've never had one. But I just know 6s and 3s.
Get a new Vice, man.
They're got fun. So many. I'm still trying to work through cigarettes. I don't think I've even peaked with them yet.
Could you hand me that water over there, Luke? My water bottle. Thanks, man.
Luke, do you want a beer? Do you want another beer? It's beer. You could have.
No, I'm good. I do have to work after this.
Oh,
so
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you got to go into the office, the warehouse.
Yeah, I got to help supervise a warehouse thing.
Yeah. See, well, Luke, I think going back to what Rob said, I think the biggest difference between us with the comedy stuff is like I like a shit mic if you're there with your friends, because there's part of the fun is like you were at the shit mic, like it's the story of the night. I don't get as
a
much,
lot of it's the hang, you know.
I never get like, even from just like looking at it in a solo like creative type process, I look at it as like the whole night more than just being on stage. Like I like this you know what I mean, the story of the night, see what happens.
Yeah, like Soul Joel's like Tuesdays, the old like the original location.
Oh god,
that was always fun. You show up with a 6-pack, hanging out in the sand.
That kicked ass. You'd have Kowalski, Premiano. You'd have all the good.
Yeah,
John Prophet before he quit.
Dude, Prophet needs to come back.
Yeah,
Prophet.
I've been begging him. Every once in a while, he'll like get drunk and be like, "Yeah, man, I don't know, I want to do it, but blah blah blah." I'm like, he's one of the most truly like naturally funny people I know.
Yeah,
he's made me like laugh just in conversation like so much.
I never forget the set he had a grape for one day. He says he did something about like Night of the Living. Like Night of the Living Dead, but instead of dead people, they casted people with Down syndrome. I remember his face. He would turn around and he went. It was hilarious.
He paused for a long time. That really sold it, the pause. And the thing about John is if he went back in, like, he probably feels like it'd be weird, but it's like all the people who knew you before.
Yeah.
Like if everybody says, "Oh, this guy's funny," like if the three of us were at a mic and said, "Oh, this guy's pretty funny,"
Yeah.
like, what are they gonna say? You know what I mean? What's a guy who's been here 6 months gonna say? No, he's not.
Yeah, yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's he just some and the analogies he's like in conversation. I think he referred to some girl's ass as the corner of a moon bounce once, and it made me laugh so fucking hard.
You had that bit when he had him on the show, about the names of anime episodes, and it's like refrigerator remote demon or something like that. That killed me. That killed me.
Refrigerator remote demon.
Yeah, he's just he's a funny dude. But like I said, it's never the people you want to quit who quit.
No, the people you want to quit have shows at Helium and Punchline.
They've been doing this shit for fucking 15 years.
15 years and they never made you laugh once.
Okay, man.
God. I saw somebody the other day who went into their first 45 seconds went bad, then immediately went into the type 5 at a mic in front of people who've seen this guy a million times.
Yeah, that's tough. Breaking out the jokes that you know, breaking out the type 5 at a mic is embarrassing.
Of all comics, and it was just. Oh man, I was like, I saw this joke in fucking 2018.
Dude, I told this one guy. I'll tell you guys who it was after the podcast. But I was at the show, and this guy, he's on stage, and he's obviously been doing this for a while, and he's bombing, and he tells a joke, and the punchline is, "Come on, guys, it's supposed to be this year. Like, come on, guys, it's 2025." And he goes, "Come on, guys, it's 2016. I mean." Like, so he's been telling that joke for fucking 10 years.
I'll say this, and I might censor the comic's name. There's no way he listens to it, but do you know the legendary Wid? You know him?
I've heard his name. I've never seen him.
I like the Wid.
I love the Wid, but I was watching him. I remember I saw him at Nightcap. It was and Dawn was on it, so I went to see Dawn. I saw Wid. He did his set. And I was like, okay. And it was like the place was empty. It sucked, but. He didn't suck. The show was just show's really well run. I'm not saying anything bad.
There's a reason why it's still around.
Yes, of course. And so I was bored. And then I think you were in Wilkes-Barre and Dunbar was over here, and we were just watching. We were watching like Lakshmi and Depreel sets, just bullshit.
Oh yeah, we watch them on the TV.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So I put on there was a legendary Wid set from the 1980s.
Okay.
The exact same set I saw at Nightcap, and I was like, "This is I couldn't believe that."
Yeah.
That's a 40-year-old set's older than me. And
yeah.
You and all three of us.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Is that worthy of a censor? Should I censor the? I don't think I have to, right?
I mean, do you think the Wid's listening? What are we, 45
I think I
minutes
censored twice.
I like Wid, and I like. Well, do you know about this thing at Mike's recently that's been happening? And they found out that I'll out it because it's a joke. Kensel, do you know what he's been dropping stink bombs at Mike's?
Wait, what's going on? Oh,
do you know John Kensel?
No.
He's a old, like 50-something-year-old guy.
I probably know him if I saw him.
Jersey guy. He would go to Crosskeys all the time. Parlanti books him on a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's been around a while. He does stuff. Does he do stuff with Joe Conklin?
Shout out to Tony Parlante for never fucking booking me, showing up to that fucking Thursday mic every.
Hey, between the three
and
of us,
Cisco Hernandez and
Cisco booked me a couple times, but then he just ghosted me. I don't know what happened.
He booked me once, didn't pay me, and then never talked to me again.
He doesn't book me. He booked me once for a guest spot. And he booked me once for a.
Guys, I have to urinate.
That's fine.
It's okay.
He booked me for a guest spot, and he booked me for that free Christmas show.
Okay.
And he hasn't booked me on anything else, any of the new shows he does.
Yeah, I don't know. He's always.
But I do get the yearly Christmas text and the Easter text.
Do you?
And I go.
He's always been really nice to me. Like he would always he always had he was always super nice to me. I truly have nothing bad to say about the guy, but
he's hilarious.
It's just
funny,
one day
comic.
he was like getting me on shows, and we were like, and I was doing well, and things were going, and then just never hit me up. Like
Did
never.
you take a Joel's booking after he booked you?
Oh, is it? Oh, did they have beef?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's probably why then.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Joel, I've met some of my closest friends today at Joel's mics.
Yeah.
Same thing, like Bar 13,
Yeah.
all that shit. So like, I love Joel, man.
Cisco was telling me, he was like, if he goes, hey man, mijo, if I book you on this show,
He loves to grab your shoulder and
yeah. He's drunk. If I book you on this show, you go to Slow Joe's, he won't book you because he doesn't like me. I go, Cisco, I don't get booked, so just I don't give a fuck. Just I'll take any booking I have.
I hate that where it's like there shouldn't be any like beef between bookers. Like, oh, this person books you, so I'm not gonna book you. Like if there was a book, I don't think there's any bookers who like I don't really like. There's nobody who I'm like, oh, that guy books you, I'm not booking you. But maybe one, but like I would never be like, oh, like you can't do my show because you did this show.
Yeah. Yeah,
we're all just we're all just trying to.
At least in like, I mean, I can see it maybe in New York, but not in fucking Chester County,
And
Pennsylvania.
the guys who do that
Yeah.
are always in their 40s and 50s or older.
Like it's all like it's just I don't know. We're all just trying. All we like comics just one stage time. That's all we want.
Yeah.
I'll fucking I don't care. Like I'll do stand up for fucking the devil books me. I'll be like, all right, well.
Would you do that naked show?
No, fuck that, dude. My wiener's too small.
Yeah.
I hate the naked show. I ranted about it last time. It's just.
It's what it's. I will say this: it is an original concept
It
because
is.
because people have these shows like you have.
So
the
is the
fucking,
child molester comedy show. You're not going to book that show.
Well, you have you have the thing, and even I it's like pull a fucking thing out the hat and riff about it. Like that's
Yeah.
been done so many times.
I like theme shows. I mean, I do.
Those are fun, yeah.
I do the edible show. I dress up as fucking Christ. April 2nd at Bar 13.
Oh, dude, my mom when she went to the last Christmas show at Bar 13, I did it. The
Kinky
one
Christmas.
Yeah, so the one before that, and it was like just so like literally like how Fenris does it. It's
Yeah.
like he had like all literally like women stripping is like whatever. And my mom is super Christian, and she didn't know what she was signing up for when she
Yeah,
got
yeah.
there, and she's in the back like saying prayers and shit.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the theme stuff. The naked show, it's just like, it's the type of thing I feel like if you go on that, you don't get to be fucking critical of comedy ever again. You don't get to criticize
No.
a gimmick. You don't get to
No more
criticize.
opinions at all from you.
The thing that gets me, and he's our friend, so I can bullshit on him about this. I was getting on Beavers because he fucking did the naked show in Philly. Mike Beavers, very funny guy. But he's like, I didn't even know this was a naked show. I thought it was just called Naked Comedy. I thought that was the name.
Could you imagine showing up and be like, all right, take your clothes off?
Yeah, it's like, you fucking lying motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
say you want to get naked. There's not. Go ahead and do it. Like, go ahead and do it. Even if I'm like breaking your balls over it, which any good friend would do.
Yeah.
It's like, who am I? You're getting to your artistic. If this fucking fly flies by me again, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown.
Well,
And but yeah, he's like, I didn't know it was I didn't know it was naked. And it's like,
the only time I would ever do a naked show is if I had Viagra. Before, if I haven't like jerked off or come in like a week and I took Viagra, just show up with the most pathetic boner you've ever seen. Just
I mean, I don't think I'd do it, but I definitely show up for.
Anyone?
yeah, they need to start. They're doing
We're
these
gonna-
naked shows. They got to start, switching the lineup.
I know, Luke. What was your line?
I guess it has to be censored. but
No,
I'll
it
say it.
doesn't.
This
No,
will
it
be
doesn't.
censored. Yes.
3.
I said, listen, if I was booking the naked show, they're gonna be like, "Wow, Luke and Kate's so progressive. He booked for 7 hours."
That's funny.
That's gonna get censored. Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
I think anyone who buys a ticket to see me on the naked show should be put into a padded cell. That's pretty pathetic. That's crazy.
You don't support black artists, Luke? I would support you.
Not myself.
God, I hope I think they'll definitely keep doing this. Apparently, it was successful, and we're talking about it here. We don't.
Well, it's
talk
in
about
Philadelphia. I mean, we're all talking about.
Well, they do it
too.
at Bushwick now, don't they?
Yeah,
Jad.
Jad does it all
Jad.
the time.
Yeah.
I gave Jad shit for doing it too, just so everybody.
Folks.
I mean,
knows.
honestly, good job. If you're confident enough to show your penis to everybody, I don't even like showing my soft dick to my wife.
I don't even.
Yeah,
show,
I
I don't.
mean,
Even, I don't want to
it'd
show.
be weird to get hard halfway through it too. It's
Yeah.
like you start doing well and you start growing. Mike
Get
Mack
really
would do
excited.
that. If Mike Mack started doing well, he'd start. Yeah,
If he
I'm
started-
growing.
if he started-
I'm a grower, yeah.
And you bomb and
Dad,
you.
like, dude, why are you fucking looking at my cock? You're not listening to my fucking jokes, dude.
My eyes are up here, dude.
I want to see Dunbar do a naked set.
Oh, we'd be there.
I'd be there too.
I'd be there for it.
Yeah,
I'd be-
you guys are
Yeah,
laughing.
It's my.
All these
dick.
fucking freaks are looking at my fucking dick, dude. The fuck's the matter with you?
Primiano. Yeah, so there it is.
I love Dave. He's a good guy.
Then Dan, hey, I'm
I haven't,
naked.
seen, I haven't seen Dan in a minute. Where's he's not at Bar 13 anymore?
He's.
No,
I saw
he's-
him at that. There's a Mike in
Bradford.
Westchester.
Okay.
There's a
I've
Mike
seen him
on
there.
Thursdays. It's decent. Bradford Davis.
Okay. Where's that? How far is that?
From here, like an hour.
It's a good mic though.
It's in Westchester.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
Oh, okay, cool.
We saw Yoder and Dan there.
Let me know next time you guys are going. I want to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Thursdays, I mean, Bar 13 is the only one I go to because it's like 10 minutes from my house. And it's
13's
like,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, but the Thursday one with Brad was good. It's who we had Dolan was there. Yeah, like a good crew shows up. Yoder, other people.
Like some stragglers of the Great American Pub crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the closest Mike left compared to it.
Yeah.
We do have to go back there again. I can't go this week. I'd go next week.
Is Friendly? Friendly's still Mike, right? I haven't.
Yeah.
I want to go to that. I haven't been there in a while. That room's always fun.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
thing that kills me though is that it's like it takes me over an hour to get there from here.
Oh yeah.
So like
Going into Philly for any mic is just, especially when you don't live in Philly,
yeah.
it's tough because you got to find parking, And if you don't find parking, you got to go to a fucking garage or a lot, and you're down $20 plus gas and all that shit.
That's why I stopped hosting Raven when I hosted there for like about 3 weeks. I was like, it's too expensive. To
Sure, man. There's a lot of clout.
It's closing, so.
Oh, is it? Is it closing?
There goes the
that
clout.
sucks. Well, they've closed like 3 times now.
I know,
True.
and they come back.
But I think they've also got busted like watering down their liquor and shit. So I'm not surprised.
I've heard that from a lot. I've heard that from like, you know, when you hear shit from like 2 different comics that have no reason to conspire.
Oh yeah.
Like, so that's how you know that shit's true.
It's real.
Like,
yeah.
I've heard that from a lot of people that they water down the liquor.
Dude, the one time I went there, one of the last times I went there, it was like I did their showcase, but like one of the last times I went there for a mic, both toilets were broken, and I was like, "What do you do if you have to shit?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Thank God I didn't have to," but like I had to piss. I was like, "I guess I'll go outside."
Yeah.
A place like that should close down though if they aren't having the bathroom set up. It's like
Yeah.
you can't serve the public. You can't. People are not out of line for wanting to be able to shit in a bar.
And they were just like they just had a bad habit of like letting people underage in there, and it's just.
Well,
Last time I was there, we were waiting for the time for the mic, and they had a rock, paper, scissors competition.
Mhm.
It was packed, and like Monsters Inc. in that bar. So I was like, I'm just going to leave. And
Dude,
just
I was-
left.
a rock paper scissors competition.
Yeah.
One of the craziest things I ever saw at Raven. I was there the night of the roast battle that Naeem got punched in the face.
Oh, yeah?
It was insane, dude. I thought so. Like, I didn't know it was happening. I thought it was because I thought it was another comic that he roasted that got pissed that punched him. But it turns out it was just somebody who had beef with him who showed up.
Wow.
It was fucking
How
wild.
hard did you get hit?
Really bad. I think if you go,
There's video of it somewhere.
yeah,
right?
I could find the video if you guys want to see it.
I don't even know this. This is how
I'll show you the video. It exists. I'll find it. But it's like I love Naeem, but
Oh
it
yeah,
was,
I've always got.
but it was like, dude, it was crazy. Like, I didn't know it was happening. Like, I thought, and I got scared because I was like, somebody's gonna pull out a fucking gun. So I
Yeah.
booked it out of there, and it was like,
Was this upstairs?
yeah,
Yeah.
this was,
God
I mean,
damn.
this was a few years ago too. It's when they still did roast battles there, which I don't think they do anymore.
Oh, yeah, I remember those times. I remember when I was, before I did, my first bike was at Great American Pub. I wanted to go to the, what was it called, the Cave?
Oh, dude, the Cave. I went to the Cave a couple times when I first started. Like, I was like fucking 3 months into comedy.
Yeah.
It was before it shut down right before the pandemic.
Was the Cave Temple?
The
What was it? What
it
was
was
this place at Temple?
It was near
Someone's
Temple.
basement.
It was
that was the Cave. Then I've been there many times.
It was literally a basement at like near Temple. And like they've had a lot of comics there who are big now. Like, I mean, they had fucking Stavros there before he blew up.
Oh, yeah, they had,
They-
one of the comics that got stabbed in the face. I forget his name. Not Josh Pot. Somebody, I forget
But,
his name.
and they had like Mark Norman there a couple times. Like, it was I mean, he was already big then, but
Right.
like
Well,
but
you
yeah.
said it yourself. Like, you'll do comedy anywhere if you meet their guarantees. They'll show up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And but that place was. I met a lot. Like, I met Dram there. I met
Mm-hmm.
I met people that aren't necessarily like people I'm texting every day. But I still know them.
told me a funny story about the Cave that I don't think I can tell in the podcast, but I want to bring it up after.
All right, yeah. Remind me of it because I'm blanking.
Remind me because I know we're wrapping up soon. But you remember what it is, right? Yeah, because we went to the Cave a couple times.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
bumped into you there.
I remember.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you told me the funniest fucking story. You're truly a menace, like
Yeah.
in the funniest ways, dude. I remember. I don't even know.
Yeah, you knew me
can
and my
censor it
Pete
out
brother.
if you don't.
No, well, we'll see how it goes. So
Yeah,
it's no
well-
Katarina on the Naked Show.
Well, I won't talk about the Cave, but there was one time we did fucking the original fucking Comedy on the Crick when it was Water's Edge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were sitting. You were drunk. We were sitting at the table. They had
You
all
were
the wrap.
drunk?
They had. Yeah, I know. Otis, we were sitting at a table. They had all the wrapped up silverware, and like we sat down on the table. He unwraps the silverware, licks it, wraps it back up. And puts
I
it on
did
the
that?
Yeah, you did that. Dude, you did that. I was like, and then, like, I had like,
I don't
mean,
even remember that.
We
That's
don't
funny.
like we'd only known each other for a little bit. I was like, holy shit, this guy's crazy.
Yeah,
Remember
man.
that-
That's
I might have. Did I turn the mic off? It's still. I
No,
pressed the
you're
button.
good.
Okay.
The first text he sent, I think in our group chat, and we all became friends. He sent a text. I'll send you this. Lemaire was there with with a plate of salad, and I was like, I looked. We all saw him, and I look at my phone, and Otis sent a text. He says, "Who's Lemaire fooling with that salad?"
Yeah, you went up for seconds on the salad. It's like you're looking at those chicken cutlets, buddy. Come on. And I didn't mean chicken because of chicken, obviously. Yeah, the original part of that was really good. But like stuff like that run by those like guys like that, that's never gonna last.
The Cave was an absolute fire hazard.
Oh,
'cause
I didn't even. I meant like the Waters, the Cave too. I didn't know the owners of the Cave, but it's like stuff like that where there's like.
It was a cool indie spot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that these guys were able to make a successful like comedy show in their basement.
Well, I think eventually the landlord got mad.
Oh yeah, well that's why it shut down. The landlord, there was like, the whole thing was like, it was like kind of like low key, like nobody, because obviously zoning, whatever, like
Right.
they were selling alcohol
Yeah.
to underage people. Like, and
But
it was
every
the whole,
college has that going on. But
oh,
this is
yeah.
that it was like a monetized thing. That
when
people
it's
would be
monetized
yeah.
and you get like a big following like that,
Yeah.
it can only stay like that for so long.
That happened to Duran because he
Oh,
was doing
yeah.
that in his basement.
did-
Then his landlord made him move
I
out
know
to London.
his apartment complex. I did a set at his apartment.
Oh yeah, I forgot
dude,
about that.
yeah.
Yeah, there was and then what was that one fucking there's that one mic, dude, I forget the name. It was like outside. There was some mic. It was like outside in like bumfuck PA, and it was outdoors. And they had to stop it because obviously it was a neighborhood and people were on stage like, yeah, so I was fucking her in the ass and then and I pulled out and I was like, oh, there's blood. This is gross. And it's like echoing through a neighborhood.
That's my next act. I'm gonna do that next time I go on.
One time I did like a New Year's show. My one of my cousins, he like owns this fucking bar out in like PA, and I did a New Year's show outside and the cops got called. I did a joke about, I don't do it anymore on stage, but like about losing a vibrator in my wife's ass, and I did it's a 5-minute like bit, and I did
like
it.
that one.
I did it, and it was doing well, but somebody must have been sitting on the porch with their kids down the street and heard me talking about it, so the cops got called, and my cousin, he was drunk, and he was like, "Put him in handcuffs, put him in handcuffs," and I was like, "No," and he was like, and the cop was like, "Look. You gotta stop. You can't. Like the cops were like, look, we know you're doing stand up, but you like the show was over by that point, so
Yeah.
it didn't matter. But then I went back, and then like I had to sign a contract the second time for the venue saying that I would not, like it was in the contract, like you cannot talk about losing a vibrator in your wife's ass. I was like, this is such
They
a
put that in.
yes. It was like a weird like
That's funny.
It was one of those things that they typed up just for like legal reasons or whatever.
I think people do that shit just to make themselves feel important.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Contract. Of course.
Waivers for a backyard show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys are always.
I mean, it was a paid gig. So
Oh no,
whatever.
yeah, no. I just mean like the, like I guess that makes sense because of like the cops coming through the area.
Of course. Well, it's the second time it was
Yeah.
well deserved.
But there's like a surreal element to that it's like that's what's so absurd about the comedy. It's
Yeah.
like. Like you're going in there and it's like if we're in our backyard, somebody. But you know what I mean? It's like there's not autonomous, but a world there that's existing. That it's like there's all these elements that we don't even realize. Like, oh no, the real world is more important than this, and we can't be having our
Oh yeah.
bleeding anus jokes just go out into the public. To be
Yeah,
honest.
this is our art.
Well, to be misunderstood artists, some people find nobility in that. There's.
That's all we are, is starving artists at heart. That's what we are.
I'd agree with that because there's nobody. I don't think people in most fields, maybe like sketching things in a book, that would do what we do for as little like. You know what I mean? To go out for an endeavor, to go risk embarrassing yourself, telling jokes and fail, like especially the first few times you do it for no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting out, there's absolutely no money in it. It's
No,
just
and,
like,
and even but the cost of going when you're getting like gigs and everything, like
oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of times like I'll do some shit on the road and just break even.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Because-
I feel like it's gotta just be like the experience. Like I spent my whole 20s doing this, and I couldn't imagine what else I'd have done with it.
Yeah.
Like not that it's even like the most, but like it would have just been fucking around. Everybody fucks around their 20s.
Right.
At least we can say we did this.
Right. I mean, when you break it down, you're just kind of at bars, drinking, hanging out with your friends, but it's like you're doing something that like could turn into something bigger.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, it's like when you're in your 20s, you're going to be doing that shit anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck it.
So that's a reason to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's it's crazy. You couldn't explain it to people. Like, you know what I mean? You'd never be able to.
It's comedy is also very damaging to your body. If you're like me and it's just like, especially when it's like you do a show and it's like, yeah, drinks are, covered and here's fucking food's covered and you're like, oh shit. And then
I'm gonna get a salad at Animated Brew. I'm gonna get a fucking double
Yeah.
fucking burger. Yeah.
oh my god, when you do breweries and it's like fucking 9% beers.
Yeah.
and
Oh my God. Yeah.
it's just dangerous. It's like
That the food when they comp you the food and it's like because it's good to get comped at a brewery where they have those like $18 burgers on the buns. Do you ever see the memes that it's like if you sit on these type of stools with this
yeah,
sign,
with that type
but
of
when they
light bulb,
comp
yeah.
you there, you don't care how much it costs because it's so damn good.
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck it.
It's there's fun in getting comped to drink in a way that it's like it's all, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
of course. It's
you,
like
you hand them a ticket or something. You're like, look at this.
look, I'm working.
Yeah,
yeah.
I earned.
I need something to get through the shift. Come
Yeah.
on. I've joked about on this show before. It's fun when you're.
You know what I do?
There is fun to driving drunk though. When you're drunk,
Yeah.
it's fun to be like. It's like let's get behind the wheel, mix it up, play some fucking music.
Oh, what I do, I know you're making notes for shit. The easy way to do it, when you start the podcast, do a timer, and then screenshot it. Have the timer running, and then that way.
That's good.
Because I miss censors all the time.
And it works with
Yeah.
clips too. Like if there's something you like, that'll be funny. Just
that's
screenshot it.
good.
That way you don't have to go back and listen to it.
Thank
You
you.
just know the timestamps.
Yeah, I'll definitely
If
do
you
that.
can believe this, especially in the early episodes, Rob, there was quite a bit Luke had to cut out of me.
Yo, I listened to the podcast,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you guys, there's a couple times you guys fast forwarded, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they said something bad.
Yeah.
There was a bad one. The only time we've ever been confronted about it was for a positive thing. There was a time when did you ever meet Ray Koba?
Oh, yeah.
He was here. He was talking about how.
Oh, you mean that Wigga?
Yeah. Not
he
Wigger.
likes your stuff a lot. He was telling us about it. He's but
I see that fucking post pop up in my feed.
Yeah, all the
I think
time.
Steve Kane is still keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Koba, I was there the night that happened, and the night
Yeah.
he typed that up. It was funny. He was talking about, what was he talking about? What was I just talking about?
Koba about the censors or something like that.
Oh yeah, he was talking about the one comic about how there have been a lot of guys ripping him off because he'll do a thing where he'll tell the punchline in a higher pitch. Like Ray's impression was spot on. He goes, and then maybe I'll tell the punchline like this. And there's the one guy who's been doing that, and some people have been ripping him off. So the one time I ever got confronted about something was about something we cut out because it was positive for that guy. You know, he was like, you mentioned my name and then it cut, which is a normal thing.
Yeah.
And I was like. But we were naming people who ripped the guy off.
Oh yeah.
It was the Fry guy. People rip off the Fry guy. He's really
Yeah.
funny. But people, he has that out there delivery that people start after he goes up and does his thing. People will try to be zany after him because even the times where they don't love him, it is at least different. So he kind of.
Well, there's a lot of comics, they just kind of have this thing that's like now it's cemented to them, and you get like we're like, oh, you're ripping that, like you're doing that thing. Like Shane has the pause, and I see a lot of new comics hitting the pause.
Right, dude? Fucking.
The crazy thing is, see, you can't say I don't really watch. Like I've never watched him at length.
Yeah.
the last time I watched anything of his was the first SNL monologue, and that's the longest piece of stand-up I've ever watched the guy do.
His YouTube special and his Netflix special, I think they're both great.
I believe that they're great. I never watch comedy now. It's
He is great.
I don't know
he
about
is
the
talented,
pause.
but I just seeing everybody, rip him off and dicky, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's, it's just, I get it, because he's like one of the guys who started in Philly and made it. So everybody, and it's like, he's like, I don't know, when I see like him show up at a club, you can tell everybody wants to be his friend.
Yeah.
It's just
He seems like a likable enough. Hey, look at Shane right here. Come on the show. Come on, you and Posty.
Dude, if we got Shane Gillis on the show,
Forget it.
I've met him a couple times. He's sweet. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I believe he seems like a nice guy. That's why I don't go. I'm like
I mean, one of our best friends rips him off completely.
Dunbar.
Dunbar
Yeah.
completely rips him off.
No, Dunbar's worse. Yeah, if you put Dunbar on SNL, he wouldn't even, dude. They wouldn't take it making fun of an
You're the
Asian
only
guy.
one on the street.
Dude,
I love that joke.
guys are in fucking New York. You fucking think you're cool and shit. Stop it. All right,
I love
dude.
Dunbar.
Well, I think we did it before, but Luke does an impression of
Have you
Dunbar
guys
as
had
a slave.
Have you guys had Dunbar?
We
on
had
here
Dunbar
yet?
on as yeah, but
As
I
we had
fucked
him
up the
on as a
recording so bad.
Oh yeah, I got a couple episodes of my podcast and never
No,
made it.
it's the worst. And
The Dunbar one was pretty good. Then he and I got into an argument that night over
Yeah.
something. We were both pretty drunk.
Yeah.
It was one of those arguments where we bickered intensely for like 2.5 minutes and then hugged immediately after.
Yeah.
we built friendships here, but I had to end because I have to go to work.
All right. Very
So,
nice.
Check out Rob. He runs
Two in the Stink.
Two in the Stink podcast on YouTube with Jim Gillespie. Both very funny. And he has Fat Lady Brewing Company. That's on Mondays.
Yeah. The mic is on Mondays now.
Anything else?
No, that's it really, man.
Check out Bobby Boy at
Oh yeah.
Mickey's Black Box
Mickey, yeah, it's on YouTube.
on
That's
YouTube.
And I got better jokes on Instagram now. Go to just Rob Stant Comedy.
Stant
I like
comedy.
the last reel. I posted it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, that went through really well.
April 2nd, Easter special. April 19th, the Edible Show. Come out, Bar 13.
Bar 13 is a great place.
Check us out. Thank you. Ghouls out.